I know FF's really quite good at water maps. And playing Romans, actually, if he can get to age 3, he's even better on them. So, it not being Camp Lagoon probably goes even more towards supporting the underdog in the fight. So we'll stick with this. But in saying that, like, I call FF an underdog, but he's the only player to force a draw out of Ares in Community Challenge so far this year, and no one's beaten Ares this year. So bearing in mind he hasn't faced like Eerie or Eshwar, and he hasn't played a huge amount against Cool Cat, Eka, Eshwar, Madlib. You know, the people that probably stand the best chance of beating him. Holy crap, Ares has so much gold. There's like a big W of gold here. I might need to... we'll see what FF space looks like here. But Ares has got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fairly easily contestable gold mines for him. FF so far we can see 2 that are about as contestable as that. And then these 2 here, you know, they're sort of a little bit further away, a bit more. This one's pretty much dead center almost. It's insane that while this gold is so generous for Ares, his food eco is not actually that good. Like, he's really only got the one close hunt that we can see, a second up here that's just sort of pretty good to go with because it's just the way he's flowing his base. So he can just shift these guys forward onto it, so it's not too bad. And he's going to go water, but hunts-wise, it's a better story for FF. He's got a closer second and third hunt, like they're pretty much right beside his first one. His gold mines aren't as good, but he's still got 6 gold mines in his vicinity here. Like Ares has got 6, 7. So Ares is slightly more gold there. But I think it's not as bad as I first thought it was when Ares had all this gold and it looked like FF had basically nothing in his base. Oh, on his side of the map. So anyway, I haven't really introduced the players. We've got FF stepping in today to play as the Romans in the red trunks. Up against Ares, who's sticking with Egyptian in the blue trunks. It's FF. Already got hunting dogs, already getting handsaw. No dock just yet. Ares has gone for the dock, got 2 fishing boats. Sent his engineer around. I don't know exactly what he's doing here, but he's managing to get the cow. Ares not paying attention, too busy setting up for H2. He's a little bit slower than FF on that because, you know, FF skipping the dock for this stage. Ultimately losing the cow to Ares there. FF's already invested in a second engineer. Something I think a lot of players below like the top level of the game when playing Romans tend to neglect. Including myself, I tend to only really stick with one. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if you are spending on engineers and then not perfectly using them, you are actually spending and then not getting as many villagers out. So a stable start for Ares at this stage. FF can honestly just spam barracks and basically just start pushing with spears and then switching to legionaries when he sees a stable, barracks go down. Ares is going to fish quite a fair bit here though. And he isn't going for any stone at this stage. So Ares is content to sit on single TC with the dock economy at the moment. Because it does mean he can go straight on to double stables or barracks stables really quickly here. While FF, for the moment, is not producing anything. What are you doing, boy? bring the two NGs up, but they've been spotted. Going for a quick age 3 actually. This is really interesting. FF has like nothing. He's like attempting a proxy, but it's so late that there's a camel out. And he doesn't even have any wood, so I don't understand what he was attempting to do here. It's mind games. It's actually literally just mind games, I think, from FF. Like, because he knows if he loses an engineer, big deal. He's just going to set up for... He's getting chisel, but he's not got any stone, so I don't actually know what he's going for here. So he's going to get a guard tower and then go for age 3 TC. But Ares is just getting both waters, single town center for the moment. I think once he gets a bunch of camels out here, he's going to look at going for that town center. So the first castellum here for FF is on the way. And he's eager to get age 3. So I think he's looking to get just a handful of echoes to defend and then just get the faster TC out. But, I mean, faster, yeah, third TC out. Ares only on the single TC at the moment. 33 vills to 26 in favour of Ares. He has a lot of fishing. 6 boats over this side, 2 over this side. Trying to go for the raid, not finding anything on the hunt there. FF's just distance gathering on the berries. Doesn't have picker's gloves. So a few interesting decisions here from FF. He's going to have to try and evacuate everything. He's going to lose a lot of those cows too. No loom at the moment. So Ares going to steal the cows, is he? Yeah, he is. FF's actually going to try and steal them back, so it's paying attention there. The 2 castellums for FF for now. He's quite a way off having this third TC. He's going to get picker's gloves now, I think he realises. And he needs to maintain this double vil production through this. He's sort of shit the bed at the moment. He's generally really much better than this with the macro, but I think he's just sort of worked himself into a bit of a hole here trying to go for this quick age 3. But then, if he saw the previous game, like, he probably would have been a bit worried that Ares was going to push harder in age 2. And, like, add in Axeman already, which he hasn't done. So it's, you know, it's meant he's been able to invest more in camels, be, you know, more of a pain with those. Third TC is on the way, but there's not a lot on it. And the spears are over the other side of FF's base. So he's going to have to bring those over. He's going to have to get enough to actually finish this off. He's got to bring the army. He's stuck around the villages there. Yeah, he should be able to ward off the camels. 33 vills to 39. He could just throw everything on this right now, I think. Ares is going to be able to just go camel chariot at this point, because he is on 3 stables, he is on age 3, and the chariots can just help take down all the infantry so quickly. It won't matter that the spears counter the camels. The upside of this Roman style is that you actually, you know, you've got access to the echoes out of there as well, out of your castellums. So triple TC here for FF, but he's a little food starved. He's getting the siege workshop. Ares looking really safe at home. Now just getting the stone he needs for his third TC, second TC. Sorry, his third actually, because he's got it for his second. He's left the priest set at home here. Trying to engage and prevent the workshop transition, so he does so, and he's going to get out of there quickly. FF's just able to just start that next workshop once again, adding a praetorium as well so he can get access to officers. Aquilifers will be quite good because they just give you that army-wide damage boost. At this stage I don't know about adding Decurions just because there's so many camels and they've already got their champ upgrade. But Centurions would actually be quite a nice addition. They're just a really good all-round tank to have in the Roman army, if you can afford them. Scorpio edition will be able to prevent any kind of transition to infantry here, but the thing is, Ares isn't worried about that. He's only going for just mass stables at this stage. Got good vision, keeping an eye on around the map, and yeah, he's up to 10 fishing boats, so got both his H2 and 3 fishing ship upgrades, so he's getting a lot of water eco. 52 vils to 47, so even though he's gone 1 TC, because he went for the dock, because he was putting on continual pressure and making his opponent buckle a bit, he's held a village lead all game, and now that he's on 3 TC and has that water, like, it's just a much better spot to be in. Ares has got that bit of food. He's got 7 villages on food, and he's got a big food bank. He's up in population, you know. FF's got 17 villages on the food, and just can't seem to have enough at any point. His house at the moment, I think, yeah, he's heading up some houses there. So there's some spears on defense here. There's a fairly good number of spears on defense. It's about to say, oh, is that quite enough? But yeah, it was. There's 10 spears up against that 16 camels, so one of them gets taken down. FF doing well to bounce back on the scoreboard. Really starting to trail a bit there for a bit. Ares, oh yeah, Ares has had to delete off all these boats, so they've, you know, their usefulness has been surpassed. 59 bills to 59. That really evens up the eco score. There's still plenty of fish out here for Ares. Once this runs out, things will really start to even up again. That big mass of camels not quite getting what Ares had hoped at this stage. But he is in a good spot. FF's pulling ahead on population though. So I think FF could look at pushing here if he gets in before these war elephants. What the hell are these guys doing here? FF, what are you... I don't know if that's intentional, but he's got villagers just parked there. Yeah, I think FF could actually... I think there was a bit of a chance there that he could have just pushed there and put a bit of pressure on. Because now that the barracks is finished up, you can just get a lot of axemen. He still needs to get champion upgrade on them though. FF going to try and deny a bit of stone gathering, which is important because the fortress Egyptian players, you know, they tend to be more reliant on fortresses for both defense and production than a lot of the other civs. I mean, every civ, fortresses are nice just because they're so tanky, they deal a bit of damage. FF going to go to the lake here. It'd be good if you could, because you can really cut down. There's still quite a bit of fish left here. There's still another 1,000 food on this, so if you can take this out, it really delays this for Ares, who then has to think, well, do I want to invest the 150 wood, or do I want to just ignore the boats? Ares getting a few H3 upgrades now. One of those getting picked off there. These guys can be focusing down that dock. So FF should be able to get this dock right now. This is a pretty healthy army for him. He can engage this right. Oop, the Equilifer goes down first, so no, I think FF might have to retreat there, but if he can bring everything together, he can look pretty scary, though FF is actually going to get cut off by Ares here. not great for FF, who's not getting damage done elsewhere at the moment. He's got his army all split up. So he's going to try and bring everything together. He's actually still up on population, so I think he could look at fighting here. Because I think Ares is hoping to go to age 4 soon. He's struggling a little bit for food though. 28 gatherers on the food. And he's definitely keen to get age 4 now. He's getting a few upgrades. And after this, age 4 will be on the way. He's adding in his market, getting a safe market for now. They're probably going to put a 4th TC up on this corner. Or even just further forward as well is another option. Yeah, but a really nice defensive market. And he can look at, buying a bit of food, which he just did there. He had like 3k gold in the bank, so why not just spend 300 on getting that little bit more food. It's age 4 on the way. FF's a bit of a way off going for age 4. He's got a bigger army, and I think he should look at pressing the advantage. But he's not actually seeing this get just sort of openly built up here in the middle of the map, so not able to interrupt it. It's not the greatest of placement. I mean, sure, opponents will sort of be funneled through this way, but... Oh yeah, because he is going to wall off that section. I was going to say you could come through this other side. Now this is making a bit more sense. I mean, it's out of range of the gold mine, but then you can always just throw down another one on this side, which I think is probably going to be what he does. So there'll just be a lot of fortress creeping here for Ares until he gets to 200 pop and decides he's far enough ahead to go in. Because he needs to get a couple more elephants if he really wants to seal the deal here and just give him, crazy pushing potential. Because now FF's starting to get fortresses and has that Presidium upgrade for his Castellums, so they're like mini towers as well. All his barracks make it really hard to push into Romans. Because Castellums are an OP building. How can a building be OP? So Ares did decide he wanted that little bit of fish. He still had those 3 boats, so I mean it's 150 wood to get 1,000 food pretty quickly. You do the maths. FF having to sort of wall himself in, but being a bit hampered for space there. I think he would have preferred if he could have walled down here, because he gets access to a lot more trees safely. He gets access to the wood. Ares is now just going to try and get what little value he can out of this. He's brought a single axeman. He's got the tower would be good because he can slowly chip away at the wall, or potentially at anything on the gold mine behind it. He may need to bring that slightly closer. FF age 4 now. A lot of Templum, so he's getting a number of Pontifex here. He'd be looking to try and convert War Elephants, I'm thinking. Roman Victor, so he's going to get... I don't exactly know why he'd want to have Roma and Victor this early. Because it doesn't give you a lot in the way of stats. It just really ups the amounts of different advisors. Different officers you can have. You're getting a tiny bit of damage versus priests. And a little bit of movement speed. But there's not a lot of priests in this army. So investing in that instead of, say, more armory upgrades or quicker champion upgrades, I think can be a bit of a waste. FF can still get Scorp champion. Which also doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but it gives them a lot of utility in the sense that they don't have minimum attack range. They snare a lot better. Gives you something in the way of combat stats. Even if they're niche combat stats, they're less niche than Roma Invicta. The catapults are a good addition here from Ares. They'll really just blow up a lot of the Scorps, so the critical mass of them has been cut down a little. There's a lot of priestesses here. But FF needs to be able to get on top of the priestesses. And he needs to be doing it with his Decurions if he wants it to be making Roma Invicta worthwhile. This could be a tough fight for Ares, but there's no Pontifexes yet for FF, so no huge worry there. He's got age 4 damage. FF only age 3 damage and armor, so there are Pontifexes in the mix. 89 versus 86. See a couple of elephants get converted here. This is really nice stuff for FF, but he needs to get a few more units here. This Ares is looking very scary, still at 200 pop there, no issue spending. He's got Spearman Champion on the way even. Even getting a catapult trireme. Oh! Does he know about that TC? Oh yeah, you can see it. So the Priest of Set, with his insane vision, it's actually really given Ares a good tip-off there. Because FF is barely holding on the middle here. He's really struggling for gold. Needs to try and get a market out, get on a gold mine. There we go. Actually, he just got a lot of gold. Did he just... Oh yeah. He's got a caravan. It's looking rough for FF, and if the market's up here somewhere, is it? I'm trying to figure out where FF's market line is. There's just not enough of a critical mass on FF side of things to just stop Ares from steamrolling through here. He's not spending on basically anything, he's just banking it. The catapults could get converted though. Possibly. No. Yes. No. Yes, one of them does. That took a while. Oh, they do have conversion resistance. Okay, I was going to say, why is it taking them so long? But yeah, they've got conversion resistance. But I think this might be it. Oh, there's the mark. I didn't see it earlier. That TC is eventually going to get taken out. He's doing a great job of spotting, isn't he? And that's a neutral engineer on the map now. GG. Ares takes the game. Well played, guys. So Ares led on Vilpop, even though he went for 1 TC and push, just because of how he managed the water through that, and you know the early damage he did to FF. So sometimes opening with like 1 TC, if you're playing on a dock map, can really be worthwhile. Just having a bit of go forward, you know, having a bit of a unit advantage. Particularly if, yeah, you've got like Egyptian camels or Norse raiders or something like that. You can get them out early while your opponent's still trying to invest in second TC, and use the fact you've already got a dock to kind of bridge the eco gap. It can be really, really worthwhile.